What the hell's a custodian doing here? All right. Well, I have a smorgasbord of some of my poetic endeavors. This one I wrote the other when they told me they were in a jazz festival type thing here, and they kind of tentatively said, "Oh, would you come and do your poems?" And, I told them I'd love to. I consider it a privilege to come and share my poetry with a group of the students here. So I was thinking about jazz, and I said, well, let me see. So strangely enough, this one's entitled Jazz. Burning heat of passion's pyre, flickering ancestral fire, roiling drums that won't expire, cacophony of life's desire, brought to bear by moistened lips, breath to horn in scathing rips, stories told in tapping feet, syncopated ancient beat, scorching all the flames of hell, silencing the old church bell, memories of unknown home, lingering in rhythmic drone.
Yeah!
And I tend to hang out whenever I get the chance when they have club days and stuff, wander around and aggravate the students and the faculty. I would like tell them I made it as faculty tonight. They'll never. But after one of those sessions of roaming around and talking to a whole bunch of students from freshmen on through seniors, all searching for who they are and wondering what I'm going to be, I wrote this. It's called Flawless. We are not flawed by pigment or desire, nor do we choose the gifts that made us so. We are your friends and sons and daughters, flowers in the garden all must tend. We are not different, but we feel the gentle raindrops as we tasted bitter sting of lemon's lie, embraced the beating heart of love's first stirring, cried to mend the broken heart's first sigh. We are the drum and fife and trumpet, on parade in life's cruel marching band. We are but children in her playground, living in an hourglass of sand. We are a dangling string-tied mobile, each one connected to the all. So.
Yeah.
There's a second copy of that. I like that. I wrote this one a couple of years ago after sitting in on some a jazz session or a band group session up at the school that I was being paid to be there, so it was easy. It's called Renaissance. Perhaps we need another Renaissance, engendered by the boys in baggy pants, who realize all the chapels have been done and will paint upon a building just for fun. Fueled by patrons who drop only loose change in, hearing neither the beginning nor the end. Paved the way for tattered chamber music sets to be heard among the trains and screaming jets. Laughed at by those who think they're out of joke, steel-willed and fully passioned in their craft, critiqued by passers-by who never spoke. They strive to reach new heights and go baroque. Waiting now upon a renaissance of thought that will challenge all the thought that they were taught. Playing as the brushes slowly trace a generation's artist seeking face. I don't know how much time you want me to spend up here. More. This is entitled Rebel or Rabble. Poets are the soul of conscience, naysayers to the dunce, weaving words to sharpened wit, not caring who they stick with it. For poets see the irony in the strange belief that we are free and point us toward the simple truth. We lost that power at the voting booth. They will express lover's lament at missing cues and subtle hint. Compare her to a summer rose, an eloquent and tearful pose. Poets will inflame the young to sing a song that's ne'er been sung, to march, but not in single file, to bear life's burdens and still smile. Poets in their words will fuel a raging battle or a simple duel, tend the fire of a revolution, rage against cause and solution. They will praise in elegy those who felled the beast, limp bloodied to their tablets, while the victors share a feast. For poets write from within hearts that no longer seek protection and lead us all to inquiry in a time of introspection. The poet is the warrior, overlooked in every fight. Pick up the poet's weapon, join the fray, and write. This one I write, I have a rock garden that I made for my wife, and there's a pooter. It's a nice little place, and flowers. And all kind of, I know you don't see that in me when I walk the cars. But it's called Night Watch. Concrete demons, elves and gnomes, gathering around our homes. Eerie creatures, nameless things, mocking as the live bird sings. Shadows cast by waif-like breeze, slithering among the trees. Gently kissing unseen dark, peeking out from gnarly bark. Shriek of unseen ghosted claw, echoing in empty maw. Circling on feathered stealth, preying on the commonwealth. Creeping eyes that stalk the edge, hissing tongues in nearby hedge. Unheard silent passing paws, unwelcome razor toothy gnaws. Ubiquitous yet rarely seen, unlessoned, fitful, fevered dream, owing life to altered life, existing in the heart of night.
Yeah.
This pretty well sums it all up. To rant, to spew invective randomly, scatter unconnected thoughts from broken bag of seed. To rant, fly naked, filling air with rage, to vent, de-spleen as wind against a wall. To rant, unthinking, give voice to peeve, unleash the dogs in vitriolic chase. To rant, to cleanse psyche's palate, to gat the human furball. To rant, to hiss without control, balloon-like through the room, till fully spent. I think we've all been there. I'll read this one. This will give you a little insight into who I am. Me. We were city kids and innocent, growing up in 3 decades with little used backyards and large porches in the back we called piazzas. We called for each other. You know, we stood in the middle of the street and yelled at the top of our lungs, "Jimmy! You're coming out!" We waited, then called again. Jimmy would either join us or not, and we would continue to call for all the kids. We constructed highways in the dirt until Mark would screw it up by declaring, "I have a flying car," and start zooming it around. We played cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, dodgeball, tag, relivio, hide and seek. We did all these things without a coach, a teacher, or a qualified adult to supervise us. We rode bicycles, tricycles, scooters, and red wagons. We built from whatever we could find the original skateboard. A skate nailed to a 2x4 with a milk crate and wood handles nailed to it for steering. We built buckboards, again with repurposed materials, supermarket carriage wheels, 2x4s, a 6-foot piece of 1x10. We assembled it with nails we found and straightened with our red brick hammers. We played 3-outs off the curbs, stickball in the poor kids' version of stickball, half ball. As in when the ball split in half to continue the game, you just use half the ball. That's the name. We shared our soda, with and without wiping off the top of the bottle, our popsicles, our cupcakes. Our doors are open, and we would go home and take a pee, to make a few PBJ sandwiches, to get a drink of water. Our dogs were with us, not in the doggy daycare. Our little sisters and brothers tagged along, hoping to be asked to join in one of the games, to ride on one of the deathmobiles we constructed, to learn the way of the neighborhood and the way around the neighborhood. We climbed trees and fences and garage roofs, got cuts and scrapes and bruises. A few of us even broke bones. Then one day, without notice, we were no longer kids, and the innocence was gone. And you guys don't believe I try to write a poem a day, huh? Well, I do. I'll leave you with this thought. Maybe give you something to think of when you put your head on the pillow tonight. It's called enough. When did too much become not enough, and life become a quest for stuff? Pirates roaming the human sea, plunderers seeking more for me. Sailing under the crossbones skull, treasured booty on board the cull, creaking mast, ice-crusted rail, glutted cargo seeking sail. Ever closer danger's shoal, ever driven by a goal, to share the bounty equally, while keeping most of it for me. How did the search for so much stuff always lead to not enough, lead to closet mutiny, too much stuff for even me? Scuttle ship on distant shore, unable to contain the more, that twist and cracks the very boards, protectors of my treasured hoards. Now alone, on unknown beach, my treasures floating out of reach. The folly of the search for more, the mutiny that led to shore. Now I watch as pirates raid the passing vessels on parade. And when the sea is dark and rough, know that I have just enough. I thank you seriously and deeply for letting me have this opportunity. All right. That's one of the poems I do. The first poem I do with the little kids in elementary school when they let me in there to play. I give them that poem, and it says, the teacher said to take a seat. I did. She made me bring it back.